What up, what up, what up? Uncle Woosters. You know I've been missing you. What's going on with you? Hey, me and Uncle Woo here today. You know, we got a special edition going on. Some issues that really need to be addressed in our community. Uh, some perspectives that you probably haven't heard yet. Because they're probably not popular opinion. But we're going to give it to you straight. You know how we do. But before we get into all that, and you got to get your feathers all riled up and bristled, I'm going to give you a little bit of who's hot and who's not. And you already know what it is. If you're paying attention to my hat, you already know who's hot. My man LeBron James and the Miami Heat. Just coming off that 27-game win streak. They lost one to Chicago, but they back on the winning track again. They won again last night. So I'm still riding with them. LeBron James is the best player in the game right now. Miami Heat is the best team in the game right now. So you haters can get to that. My man LeBron James is hot. Feel me? Now, I'm going to give you my who's not. And I'm coming right at you, Danny Ainge, you old punk. LeBron James was having a little conversation about how the Chicago Bulls was roughing him off and how he been getting roughed up in the league, period. You know, the big guys get that. You know, LeBron kind of 6'9", about 270, strong, fast. So, you know, he been having his way with them little guys down there. So they're trying to rough him up. Same thing used to happen to Shaquille O'Neal and all the other dominant players. But he spoke up about it. And Danny Ainge going to come on air and say that, you know, LeBron, it's almost embarrassing for him to be complaining like that. Like, first of all, what would you know about that, Danny Ainge? You stayed around the three-point line most of your career. You was always a second or third option when you played for the Boston Celtics. You was never a rough physical player. You never had to endure physical play. So what do you know about the kind of punishment LeBron's body was taking? And what would make you think somebody really wanted to hear from you anyway? Like, people don't care about Danny Ainge's opinion about how superstars should act in the NBA because you're not a superstar. Now, if it was Larry Bird, maybe we would took a little different. It was Magic Johnson. If it was Dr. J, if you notice the names that are running off, these are top-tier superstars in the NBA. Danny Ainge is never on the list. You're never in mention when people start talking about the greatest players of all time. Now, you were a member of one of the greatest teams of all time, and we give you your props for that. But for that, all we need is a picture of you hanging somewhere, standing next to Larry Bird to know that you're a member of the team. We do not need to hear from you. Just do your job in your office in Boston, and you leave the rough, tough talk to the rough, tough people. And LeBron James is about as rough and tough as they come. The rough, tough guy in your era was Michael Jordan. He used to get pulverized too. Detroit Pistons had what they called the Jordan rules. That every time he go to the basket, you lay that wood on him. But the NBA changed the rules of the game to protect their superstars because they didn't want them to get hurt. You know, somebody could get hurt. It could be a career-ending injury. And some of those falls that LeBron took the other day was a little scary. And some of that stuff's just not basketball. But, you know what I mean, he took it. He wiped it off. He brushed his shoulders off. Got back on his horse last night and gave New Orleans 36 points and didn't play at all in the fourth quarter. So I'm thinking he'll be okay. And like he said, you never can be surprised about the words coming out of Boston. So we'll take that with a grain of salt. But just to let you know, nobody cares what you think, Danny Ainge, you little punk. And that's all I got for the who's hot and who's not. We'll be right back with you in a minute with the Uncle Woo Show, and we're going to get to some serious issues.